I never forget that moment of my infantry being sent to Omaha Beach, June 6, 1944. I was only 19 years old. I was in charge of my unit. My infantry was Infantry 16 Division. This hell that was coming upon us, I end up believing in God, because if there's a hell, it must be a heaven. And Omaha Beach was hell. We were also followed by the 29th Infantry Division and also the 1st Infantry Division. We were sent to Omaha Beach because we were the ones that were most experienced. We had to go clear the beach of German artillery for our tanks. Oh my God, the memories of death, the memories of fear, the memories of just pure evil. Hundreds of U-boats heading towards Omaha Beach. 6:35 a.m. I watched my soldiers. I watched how they were afraid. I watched how they wished they were not here but home with their mother, or with their wives, or with their children, or just with their family. I watched them cry. I watched them throw up. I watched them just curse God. I watched them repent to God. I watched them say, God, please forgive me for my sins. And I happened to do the same thing. In my mind, that I was not going to make it off that U-boat. But I had to believe I was, to put faith into myself so my soldiers can trust me and believe I will get them to the beach and off the beach safe. "20 seconds until we made it to our checkpoint, which was the beach. It was so noisy. Bombs hitting everywhere. On the beach, in the ocean, in the sky. Our artillery, planes were dropping shells all over the beach, but they wasn't hitting their targets. Our ships, our big, humongous battleships were firing torpedoes every second. Thousands and thousands of tons hitting the beach, but they were missing their targets also. So the beach was not clear once we hit the beach. 5 seconds. I talked to my infantry. I told them how proud I was to be in charge of them and how much they meant to me. But they knew that they were going to die. They said nothing. They didn't even look into my eyes because I seen what they see. And I know hell is coming. once these doors go down. The doors of the U-boat went down. Shots were fired from the Germans at our boat, killing many of my infantry, cutting them down without them even knowing they got shot. They fell like dominoes. So I told everyone that was still alive to jump into the water. So we all jumped into the water. Heavy, heavy, heavy equipment on us. Most of these young 16-year-old, 15-year-olds died by drowning. And even if they got their equipment off of them to swim to the surface, they still was shot down by the bullets that were hitting the water at rapid speeds, killing them instantly. Or they bled to death. This was something that I will never wish upon any soldier. As I came up, after I had gotten my heavy equipment off of me because it was almost pulling me down, I came back up and all I see was bullets flying everywhere, soldiers falling, bodies everywhere. I seen soldiers on fire, screaming. I see soldiers crying for their mothers. I hear them saying, "I don't want to die." I seen when they were running and then explosions happened in front of them and their bodies were ripped apart. Body parts flew everywhere. I saw a soldier's head. I saw a soldier's arm. I was seeing soldiers holding their intestines inside their bodies after they were shot. I see in my mind now of medics running up to them, telling them everything is going to be alright, even though they were lying. But they tried to give them confidence that they will live. They give them a little morphine. And they start to talk quietly to them. And as they die, they say their last words of, "I want my mommy." But our objective had to come. I've told my infantry we must move on, we must not stop. So we kept on going. We pushed on. Soldiers dying left to right, in front and back of me. I got shot twice, but I kept pushing. I even was holding a soldier in my arms trying to bring him to safety, and he was shot. And I didn't even know he was shot. And the thing about it is, the bullet that hit him blew the side of his head off. When I saw that, I almost went into a deep panic, but I snapped out of it. And a whole bunch of other soldiers of mine grabbed me and told me we need to keep moving. What should we do? I told them, where should we go and where is our objective? We need to get to the other infantry called Utah. They are the American infantry. My infantry was called Omaha. We had the French and the British, Gold, Juno, and Sword. spread all across the beaches. We had infantry disappearing, not making their mark because their U-boats were sunk by torpedoes or by the ocean itself. We had tanks that were supposed to be coming onto the land with us to give us support. They all sunk into the ocean, never to be seen again. Only 3 made it to Omaha Beach. We got to our objective, and not for the ships that came and destroyed most of the German artillery. We made it. We made it to our objective. But we wasn't done. We had to still clear the beach. But all was not good during that time. From 6:35 in the morning, 5,000 soldiers were cut down. Most of them drowned. A lot of them burnt to death. A lot of them end up missing. There were more than that died on that beach. I seen the bodies. I seen the death. You can't tell me that 5,000 soldiers died. There were plenty more than that. Most of them didn't even get off the U-boat. Most of them didn't even come to the beach because most of the U-boats got sunk with the soldiers still on them. And I know that they couldn't survive with their heavy equipment. Germans were just killing just for fun. You could see it in their eyes that they were enjoying killing Americans. Do I call them evil? I cannot say. Because we were there to do a job just like they were there to do their job. But that was hell. I'm trying to tell you, if there is a such thing as hell, Omaha Beach was the perfect picture of hell. And to this day, I can't even think of any place that's beautiful, because all I see, every beach I go to, I see my infantry and all the 5,000, the maybe 7,000, the 10,000 soldiers get cut down by German fire. And they were only 15, 16, and 17 years old. Couldn't even drink, couldn't even drive. But they can run and try to duck bullets with a gun that they didn't even know how to shoot. They won't even have a childhood or an adulthood. They won't even see graduation or see fatherhood or see their children grow or their mother grow old because they were on this beach with me. And I led them to their deaths. What happened on June 6, 1944 will never ever be anything that I want to think of. But I can't help it. I've been in the midst of institution. I've been drinking. I was on drugs. I used to have outbursts because I'm thinking that I hear shells dropping around me. It could be a train. It could be a plane. It could be fireworks. Somebody shooting a gun. I really think that I'm back in the war. I'm on pills. I can't even sleep. I have nightmares every night of that young man that I was holding and his head was blowing off. And he keeps on telling me why I didn't save him. I see my infantry pointing at me and mad at me because I let them die. Why me? Why did I have to be in charge? Why did I live? June 6, 1944 was hell on earth, and I got to meet Satan and his demons.